My name is Faith, and I have some stories to tell. I'm a Boxer Bulldog mix. My mom and dad met me while I was being cared for at the Best Friends Animal Society in Utah and decided they wanted to adopt me. Now, I live in Muncie, Indiana, with Grateful Rescue and Sanctuary founders Pamela and Mike. In fact, I'm the ambassador for Grateful Rescue. It's a pretty sweet life. Sometimes I help my dad at the office, while other times I just demand attention from my mom. Tonight, we want you to gather around and listen to fun, interesting stories. We call it Faith's Book Nook. Each week, we pick a local celebrity or special person in the community to read a children's book that has an animal theme. We live stream it here each week. To be honest, I'm not sure what a live stream means. Anyways, make sure you're in your comfy chair because we're about to listen to a great story together at Faith's Book Nook.
Hello, welcome to Faith's Book Nook. We have a very special episode tonight. We have the finest of citizens and heroes. We've got K9 police officers tonight. And my son, Samuel, is the sheriff's deputy, and he is reading. He is joined with Corporal Dave Williams, the head of the K9 unit. And he's reading K9 Flash Becomes a Hero. This is a true story. This is a really cool story. It's a true story about an abandoned pup, how he rose from the streets and a shelter to become an inspiration for a foundation that cares for police and military canines after they retire. So it's a very special story. And the best of all, the book, you can buy it on Amazon. 100% of the proceeds go to the nonprofit Project K9 Hero. And also, you can, if you have any questions during the program, you can go ahead and type that in, and we will get to that at the end of the program whenever our police officers are going to rejoin us and answer the questions. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce my son, Sam, and Corporal Dave Williams. And I want to thank you both for coming. And
no problem. Thank you.
Sam, you can take it away.
Okay. This book is called K9 Flash Becomes a Hero. It's by Jason K. Johnson. This is the story of a police K9 named Flash and how she went from not having a family or home to being one of the best police dogs in history. As a 1-year-old pup, Flash lived on the streets all by herself. She wandered around in the cold looking for food wherever she could find it. Flash didn't have any family, but she knew that she was bound for greatness. One day, while she was walking the streets trying to find something to eat, she was picked up by the dog catcher and taken to the animal shelter. Even though she had food and protection from the rain and cold, Flash did not like being locked up at all. She knew that she would have to find some way out as soon as possible. Then, soon after, a police officer came to the animal shelter looking for puppies that wanted to become police dogs. Flash knew that being a K9 was exactly what she was born to do. This was her big chance. But not just any puppy can become a police dog. Flash had to pass many tests to prove she was smart, fast, and strong before she could enter the training academy. And she did, with excellent scores. Now it was time for her to meet her new human police partner, Jason. When Flash met Jason, she knew she was going to like working with him every day. Flash enjoyed being at the police dog school with all her classmates, but most of all, she liked that she had a caring person who would take care of her and be a good buddy. Because she studied very hard, it wasn't long before Flash graduated the academy and got her very own badge. She even got a police car with her name on it. Now she could go out on patrol with Jason and protect families and children of her city. Flash worked as a police dog for more than 8 years and went on hundreds of calls. All the bad guys were afraid of her because she helped put them in jail when they broke the law. She became known as the best K9 that her police department ever had. It was a sad day for Flash and Jason when she retired because they would no longer work together. But she was now an older dog, and it was better for her to relax at home and not face danger. There was just one question: where would she live? Police dogs don't always get to stay with their human partners when their work is done. Plus, the medical care and food from the police department stops. Just like when she was a puppy, she would have to be adopted again. Luckily, she got great news. Jason could adopt her and give her a nice home. He could feed her, give her treats, take her out for exercise, and take her to the vet when she was sick. She was so happy and thankful for the good life she now had, especially compared to her days as a puppy all by herself on the streets. But even though she was happy for herself, she wondered about the other police dogs. What about the ones who worked hard, just like me, but don't have any medical care to help them in their old age? That thought bothered her. She then had a great idea. Flash decided she was going to start a project to help take care of police dogs that are too old or sick to work. She called it Project K9 Hero and started looking for her first dogs she could help. Very soon, Flash met a K9 named Wesley. Wesley worked for the fire department with Captain Jennifer. His job was very important because he used his nose to help figure out if the bad guys had started a fire. Wesley and Jennifer were a great team and worked together at many big fires after the firefighters put the flames out. Wesley could find where the fire started, then Captain Jennifer could collect evidence to help find the bad guys and put them in jail. But now, after 9 years at the fire department, Wesley was too old to work. Flash asked him to join Project K9 Hero, which made Wesley's tail wag. Dogs like being helpful. He answered yes. Flash was happy she found Wesley because together they could help more dogs. The next K9 they met was Ringo. Ringo worked for the state patrol for 10 years with handler Trooper Paul. Their job was to find illegal drugs that bad guys were hiding in their cars, houses, and all kinds of places. They visited schools and taught the kids about staying away from drugs and doing well in class. Ringo liked this very much because he loved children. But now that Ringo wasn't working anymore, he needed a new mission. Project K9 Hero with Flash and Wesley would be perfect. Flash, Wesley, and Ringo then met K9 Kurt, who worked for the government in Washington, D.C. His human partner was Officer Joel. Like Flash, Kurt worked 8 years, but when Kurt's job was looking for bombs in police cars and packages, he helped keep Washington, D.C. safe from bad people and was very good at his job. It was important work because he protected the nation's capital where the president and members of Congress live. When Flash told Kurt she was trying to help other retired police dogs, Kurt was excited to be a part of Project K9 Project K9. I'm sorry. Kurt was excited to be part of Project K9 Hero and join her in her quest. Now that Flash had Wesley, Ringo, and Kurt on her team, she knew she needed to raise money to help the retired police dogs all over the world, all over the country. So she decided to visit as many people as she could and tell them about Project K9 Hero. She also went to some big companies that might want to donate money for her cause. Flash told everyone she met how important police dogs are and how they protect us to keep our families and neighborhoods safe. She learned that most people don't know how much money it takes to care for a retired police dog. Plus, most people don't know that the person who adopts the canine, the police canine, pays this cost. But everyone agreed that after the dog's service to their country and sometimes risking their lives, they should get good care in their old age. At one company where Flash told the story of Project K9 Hero, the boss was so impressed that she gave Flash a big check as a donation. This money would be a huge help. Flash was very excited to have Wesley, Ringo, and Kurt with her when the newspaper took photos. They were four really happy dogs. Now together as a team, they could go out and find other retired canine heroes all over the United States to help. Flash couldn't believe everything that was happening. Her idea for Project K9 Hero had become something real. She discovered that a good idea plus hard work plus a team can accomplish great things. She now had a big adventure ahead of her. The end.
Truly.
This book is dedicated to Canine Wesley also, which was talked about in the story. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us. We've got, like I said, Corporal Dave Williams, who's the head of the K9 unit. And first, I want to tell you, sir, I want to thank you for your service and thank you for all you've done for Grateful Rescue. We have had several fundraisers, and you've sent your team out, and we have appreciated your support all along. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And we've got Chris Liggett and Andrew Storie from Eaton joining us here. I see in the window. Chris, your dog's name is Bane, correct?
No.
Or no, Jerry Lee. Jerry Lee.
Yeah, this is Jerry Lee.
Yeah. Okay. How did you name Jerry Lee, real quick?
We ordered him through a vendor, and he come from Belgium, and the family in Belgium raises him, and the daughter, one of their daughters named him Jerry Lee from the movie K9.
Okay. I thought it sounded familiar.
Yep.
And we also have Andrew Storie, and that's Bane. Andrew and Bane. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you so much, and we also appreciate all the K9 police officers. In fact, we put together a slideshow. We'd love for everybody to watch even more heroes. Let's take a look.
My eyes are your eyes, to watch and protect you and yours. My ears are your ears, to hear and detect evil minds in the dark. My nose is your nose, to scent the invader of your domain. And so you may live, my life is also yours.
You guys are so special. I can't thank you enough. You guys, I mean, the dogs and you guys go on the front line every single day, and it really touches my heart. I want you to know I pray for your safety every night. And Corporal Williams, I know you lost Billy, and we're dedicating this program to him tonight. And he served for 8 years. Is that correct?
Yes.
Was that about right?
Thank you very much.
I wanted to do something special for you because you've been so good to us. And I remember Billy. I think he was in one of our programs. Yeah, I think he was at our strut too. So in honor of Billy, we are in the sanctuary. We're having, we're going to have like a big memorial wall, and we are adding the stone. I think maybe you can see it on your screen, in honor of Billy. And we'll also present you with one to keep for yourself.
Thank you. That's very special.
He's a special
Awesome.
guy.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so let's see. Moving on, let me see here. We want to talk about Fetch. 2 of our officers are here from Fetch. 3. Sam, you're not fetching. Your dog's not fetching.
My dog's old.
Yeah.
We're going to be having a big event September 19th. It's called Fetch. September 12th. September 19th is If It Should Rain. And you can buy your balls online. It's going to be numbered balls, and the K9 unit's going to run out and retrieve balls, and each ball will be numbered. And there's our officers there. We'll have lots of balls scattered all over the field. It'll be taking place on our sanctuary property, and all these fine young men are going to send their dogs out to retrieve balls. And whenever they come back, the number on the ball will be a winner. So you go to our website and you can get your balls, order your Fetch balls. We're going to have it droned. So I think that'll be a very cool sight with all the balls all scattered all over. And so be watching for that. More to come on that.
Yeah, make sure you go to
now, I think,
to get your tennis balls. And I've got a question for Chris. Does your K9 enjoy tennis balls?
I'm sorry, what was that? I can barely hear you.
Does your K9 enjoy tennis balls?
Oh yes, yeah. He loves them, that's for sure, and he goes through quite a bit of them.
well, we're going to have quite a bit, so.
Yeah, and make sure you go to gratefulrescue.org to get those tennis balls. You can buy them $5 up to $45 for 22 numbered balls. That's a bargain. That's awesome.
Yeah, it goes for a great cause. So it'll be fun. You can attend in person, or you can just watch it from your home. You don't even have to be there. So if you are practicing the stay-at-home social distancing, you can still play along, and then have maybe your ball will be retrieved. So
Good deal.
I would like to. Do we have questions yet, or no?
We do have a couple people shout outs. We have Carolyn. Thank you, nephew Sam. So it looks like Carolyn enjoyed the story. That was great. And Joni Thompson loves the idea for the Fetch fundraiser. We like it too. We think it's a great idea. And hey, Chris, if you can hear me, what kind of things make a good police dog? How do you know you got a good police dog when you're training one?
He's got to have a good drive. Definitely a good drive. One that listens well. I don't know. It's just hard to explain. I mean, you see dogs and you go through these kennels and you go through these vendors and you see their facilities and you just know which one to pick. You just know which one to bring home. That's for sure. But Corporal Williams, as he's an instructor, he's pretty good with explaining that stuff. But these dogs have to have a good nose, a good drive. And a lot of that is how they go after their toys, such as rewards, their tennis balls, or a tuck toy. And as long as if they got that, we're pretty good. We can pretty much make a dog work.
Yeah. Corporal Williams, what are your thoughts on what makes a good police dog?
Chris pointed out a lot of good views there. One is definitely your driving the dog. Obviously, it has to have a high drive dog, high working dog. Any kind of working dog that you're going to have has to have a high drive. And if you don't have that, that's one of the number one things that you look for when you're looking for a working dog. They're like humans. Sometimes you get ones that are more friendly than others. Sometimes you get ones that'll change, like humans do. They may have, there's a certain things that you look for when you're actually going to look at, if you get the opportunity to go look at your dogs, look at their kennel behavior. If they're acting spastic and out of control in the kennel, probably more than likely they're going to probably have some issues when they get out. If they're nice and calm, sometimes when they're puppies, you can tell whether or not they're going to be aggressive puppy or they're going to be aggressive when they get older. It depends on the environment they're in. There's all kinds of circumstances you really look at. But as far as a police dog, pretty much the organization that you buy them from, they'll have a kennel master there who can tell you a little bit more about each individual dog because the kennel master is with them every day, feeding them, taking them out. So you can pretty much call ahead at a time and say, hey, this is Corporal Dave Williams of Delaware County Sheriff's Office. I'm really looking for a really social dog. It needs to be a bomb detection dog, apprehension, tracking. You kind of explain it to the owner or the kennel master. They'll probably have several set out for you. You kind of just go there and kind of look for yourself, take them out, see what you think, and see if there's any kind of bond there with them. And it's really, really neat story. Each guy has pretty much his own story, how he picks, which one he does. And it's kind of neat to sit and listen why this canine handler picked this certain individual canine. So,
yeah. I have a question from, I'll pop it up here. Amy Stanley wants to know, do you keep them as part of your family or do you keep that aspect separate? Whoever wants to take that question.
Is that for me or?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
That depends on what you want. Obviously, in like I said, dogs will have different kind of behavior. A dog is a dog, whether it's a police dog or a pet. Some are going to be protective of their family, and some won't. Some will still be social. It more runs into more of a liability thing when you keep them as pets at home. These are still working dogs, and when you have people coming to your house, it turns into be more of a liability thing because you got to understand we do a lot of apprehension work with these canines, and one little thing may think that it's time to play, and then you get an accidental bite on somebody that that's in your residence. So if you do keep them at home when you're at home, a lot of canine handlers put them in kennels and they only let them out with their family members. I was fortunate enough to have a canine partner that Billy was and I took him everywhere with me. So it kind of depends on what you want. You want just that dog just to be with your family, that's your prerogative. And it depends on what your department policy is, if that's what they want you to do. It kind of depends on each handler. So you kind of do want to separate them from being a pet and a working dog. They do still need to realize when it's time to work, it's time to work. So these guys will tell you, Storie and Chris will both tell you, when they hit their lights and sirens, I guarantee both their dogs get pretty excited. So they know when it's time to work and when it's time to come home and it's time to relax and pretty much be a family dog.
Sounds good. We wanted to welcome Corporal Downey. And Corporal Downey, do you want to show us the dogs are with you tonight?
Hey, come here. Let's see if they'll come up. I may have to move my camera a little bit. So, let me.
Oh.
And Rue. Come here. Come here. Volume. Hang on. Technical difficulties.
You're fine. While you're getting that set, hey, Jared, can you hear us? Do you want to show us your dog? Who do you have with you, Jared?
I can hear you.
We can hear you. You may be frozen. There you go. Yeah, show it to me.
Oh my gosh.
This is K9 Remy.
Who's this, Jared? Is this Luna or no?
No, this is K9 Remy. K9 Luna is a friend of
I
mine
just want
dog.
to say, Andrew, I think your dog looks like a lover. I don't think you're ever going to get rid of this one. He looks like he is very attached to you.
Corporal Downey, we do have one question from Carolyn wants to know, when a K9 retires, is it common to then retire to the home of the handler?
It is. One of my dogs, I have 3 dogs. One of them, she's getting ready to turn 13. She retired 2 years ago. And her replacement's getting ready to turn 5. And so it's definitely up to the handlers with us. I don't know of many handlers that don't want their dogs when they retire if they have the opportunity. Because they're part of your family. They're a big part of your family. I'm with my dogs more than I am with people. So.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, thank you all. Very impressive.
Oh.
Go ahead, Pamela.
It is. Well, I was just going to say, Jared Jared does some things at schools, like some demonstrations that he was going to talk about.
I talk to kids about search and rescue, about if they decide to go get lost, which I don't suggest them to, that I need to take my dog out, and if I can get a t-shirt that they wore or a pillowcase, I let my dog sniff it and we go find them.
That's amazing. Very good.
And I've been working with them to just go smell around a car and to find the person as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you doing?
All right. Chris.
Hello.
All right. And what is your K9's name again?
Jerry Lee.
Jerry Lee. I love that name.
Yeah.
What's been Jerry Lee's most exciting moment in helping to protect people? What's his most? Yeah.
I would say probably one of the best incidents or would be a track that we did that led, we ended up finding a suspect that was involved in the shooting over in another town, just local here. And we ended up tracking him from a vehicle that he bailed out of and tracked him. It happened over in Yorktown. And he ended up finding the suspect hiding in a big box or container at a construction site. So it was that was probably one of our best and exciting moments we've had. So,
wow, that's great.
Yeah, it's very rewarding when you go and train, and you got guys like Corporal Williams that dedicate their time to train, and we all work together. I go to training with him. And he puts on a good class, and all that training pays off. So it's very rewarding to see that happen.
How long is the training program? How long does that take to be trained from beginning to end.
When we ordered Jerry Lee, he come from Belgium and went to Chicago to a kennel there. The vendor there trains him, gets him prepared, and they say, hey, he's ready or he's not ready. Gets him imprinted. He's narcotics and apprehension. So when he's trained on narcotics and he thinks he's ready to be passed for certification, he actually brought him up. We worked him. We saw his working skills, and we're like, all right, let's do this. And we go to guys like Corporal Williams, and my chief now, Chief Jay Turner for the Eat Police Department, is actually a master canine instructor through Vomit Kennels. So we have him now in our department, and he's able to certify us and stuff like that. So it's very nice to have guys, and he was in charge of Muncie PD's canine unit for several years. So it's nice having guys like that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So
Amazing.
Well, gosh, yeah.
But months.
So,
It takes months. It takes a long time. I mean, to get these dogs really ready to go and to get them trained and certified. So
I bet there's a lot goes behind that you don't realize.
yeah, there's a lot behind it.
Well, I want to thank you all for coming. This has been so educational and so uplifting, and we appreciate you guys. We pray for you every night and really value your service. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah, thanks
We're
for having
truly
us.
grateful for all of you. And join us next week for Patty Spittler. She's going to be joining us to read a book called Joe. She has a Bernese mountain dog named Storie, and I'm sure Storie will be joining us, and that'll be great fun too. So thank you guys. Thank you all for all your service. I think that's a wrap.
It is.
And we wish you well.
All right. Let's wave bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.